Katharina. Welcome to the fourth edition of Nordic Data Science and Machine Learning Summit here in Stockholm. So before we go on, can you tell us a bit more about yourself and your background?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here and for the organization. So I spent 10 years after my studies in research and mainly in the area of forecasting and data uncertainty, and my PhD, or in Germany it's called Dr. Politica. It was mainly on the data uncertainty. So about 3 years ago, I decided that it's time for me for a change, and I was looking for a job in the industry and got hired by Aurubis, which I'm very happy about. Yeah, and I'm data scientist, or let me call it data science storyteller at Aurubis.
Well, and a really nice title twist.
Yes.
Yeah. So today you presented on the topic cumbersome task, data science in the old industry. Could you sum up the three key points of your presentation?
Well, actually, there are two skills which I'm talking about in my talk, and one recommendation. First of all, I learned that two most valuable and absolutely must-have skills for a data scientist, not only in the old industry, but to my mind everywhere else as well, are more of the soft skill kind. These are resilience and communication skills. The thing is, we have all data science training at its best, but these two, the resilience, be able to stand up when you fail, to learn quickly, to adapt to new situations quickly, is even more important than anything else, together with the good communication skills. And communication as also visual communication and verbal communication and non-verbal communication. It all should fit together. So the third learning from my time at Aurubis is that you can dare, or you should dare, to start simple. From the data scientist perspective, simple are low-hanging fruits. These are metrics, KPIs, dashboards, reports, historical analysis. Complexity of the method, low. Business value or impact, high. This is the point. We are the link between the data and the domain knowledge. And we can feel it at the best, from my perspective, when we go for the things which our organization, which our stakeholders really need.
Right. A good summary of. In your presentation, you also state that there can be no data science without digital transformation, and that it's the job of data science to encourage digital transformation. So, what is the role of data science in this? And could you tell us what's the relationship between these two in such an organization settings? In this case, a traditional one.
Right. Thank you for this question. Well, data science should be a fundamental component of any digital transformation. With the knowledge we bring into our organization, we show the potential, we transform the organizations and change business models that have been in place for decades. And that's why the job of a data scientist is to contribute to digital transformation. When you start as a data scientist in the industry, sometimes it's not even the green field, sometimes it's the brown field you start. So data is an issue. And the Pokemon principle, collect them all, should not be the leading data management strategy. So try your best, do your best, motivate yourself to contribute also with this low-hanging fruits projects, because this is where the value is. And if you show what can be done when the data is there and valid, people will invest further. This will bring you to the cool, fancy machine learning projects further on.
So, how much are industries like mining and metallurgy, the old industries as you name them, immune to digital transformation? Are they catching up with the leading tech companies? And as we are talking about AI, how far are these companies in this field?
Well, I think no one is immune to digital transformation, even though some people believe, like even in mining and metallurgy, that our business models are so stable in the era of hyper innovation. I think they are not. It's a capital mistake to believe so. So we need to transform as well. And Aurubis, my company, wants to develop further as well. And that's why we engage in digital transformation. And that's why they hired me 3 years ago. And we already accomplished a lot of things, put a lot of things forward, and fancy stuff to come.
That's great to hear. I mean, that's the only way forward, right? Digital
Yes,
transformation.
you have to contribute, and sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's really tough for a data scientist personally. I call it low-hanging fruits dilemma. Like on one hand, you have us with all of this training and ideas about the machine learning and artificial intelligence and flying, whatever. And on the other hand, we have the reality of progressing but not completed digital transformation. And we are the link. That's inevitable. That's just conventional wisdom at the moment, luckily. And we can combine these two worlds, the data world and the domain knowledge world, our operations and sales and our company world together.
Right.
So challenging task, cumbersome task, but
possible, doable.
Well, we will see. Right?
Yeah, we will see. So data and advanced analytics offer companies an opportunity to transform their operations. What's data science role in this?
Well, from my perspective, like especially if you consider the low-hanging fruits, they are mainly data analytics. So the classical data analytics is when you have clean data and then you apply methods, statistical methods, maybe even some kind of supervised learning like clustering, etc. On that. The data scientist is along the whole value added. We have a bunch of numbers which we transform them into data, and from the data we transform it further into the information to extract knowledge and to gain wisdom. So this is the value chain, so to say, the big picture, right? And we can contribute at each stage of it. So we should work hand in hand with data analysts and help him and her to achieve high impact product, high impact results.
Right. So we have one last question, Katharina. What are your predictions when it comes to the state of data science in mining and metallurgy, your industry?
We are getting there at some point. Together with development of digital transformation, my company started to engage in the unsupervised learning and the artificial intelligence projects. We are getting there, step by step.
But slowly.
Slowly, but we are getting. And I think it's also important to consider us separately from all the tech companies. We have completely different model. Our business model is not directly related to any digital services. They can help us in the production, in the sales, in the operation, in whatever field we think of. It's a supportive function. It's not the primary one.
Right.
And that's the difference.
Great. So that was our last question, and thank you for being part of Nordic Data Science and Machine Learning today, and thank you for doing this interview with me.
Thanks for having me here. Thank you.